Welcome, guys. This is Breakfast with the Brand, the number one podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry leading brand. If you tuned in live, go ahead, put your flames in the chat and let us know where you're listening in from. Today, we have a phenomenal show for you as usual. Today's actually Thursday, right, Sean?
It is Thursday. So we'll be talking about marketing. And I was just speaking to somebody too on LinkedIn Voice. So I want to shout out LinkedIn Voice, Jeff. And I also want to say that entrepreneurs, leaders, as well as people in the employee space, right? So not just entrepreneurs, but leaders across the world, across the planet, in multiple occupations, multiple capacities, because branding works, guys. What we're going to talk about today, marketing, is definitely what you need to move the needle, whether you're inside of the entrepreneurial space or inside of the organizational space. Just stick around. Trust that.
That's right. I want to send a quick shout out. I see Kimberly Fallis over on YouTube. Shout out to her.
Ah,
Shout out to Shade as well. Listen, guys, Sean. So you said something there, right? You spoke to a group of people.
that's right.
Now, when we think of marketing, we typically think of marketing from the perspective of business.
That's
Can
right.
you clarify why should an employee care about marketing?
For the very same reason. So, as an employee, your ideal client is the person who can promote you, add a zero to the back of your number, hire you, rehire you, right? So, you're already hired, but as an employee, you're looking for the next move. You're looking to be rehired, you're looking to be promoted, to be advanced, to add a zero behind your number. And just like in the entrepreneurial space, if you don't market yourself, then nobody knows you. You're the best kept secret. If you're not assertive, not so aggressive, but if you're not assertive, if you don't market your skills, then nobody knows you. Real simple. You're invisible. If you you'll never be invincible if you're invisible. So one of the things that marketing does is it takes you from invisible to visible and then invincible. Let's go. I'm excited. We got Eddie Newsom as well on LinkedIn, boys. Come on, brother. Welcome. Pierre Ingram on IG, Yusuf Khan on IG. We are live across multiple channels: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Who knew Twitter was a thing to go
Yeah.
live, right? Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's move. This is 2023. And you need to be the brand that you need to be in order to add a zero to the back of your number, whether you're organizational or entrepreneurial.
That's right. Sean, let's talk about marketing and let's talk about marketers. What is a marketer? Right? So many people, they don't think of themselves, and even people in business, you'd be so surprised. People in business, they don't think of themselves as a marketer. It's just like sales. They say, "Well, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not in sales. I'm not in sales." So let's clarify for the people, like really, like realistically, absolutely, what is a marketer?
A marketer is anyone who is promoting their services.
All
Anyone,
right.
which
So
I'll change it. I'll change it from services to value.
okay.
Anyone on the planet, anyone, let me say everyone and anyone on the planet that is promoting their value.
Right. So with that being said, does somebody really have a choice as to whether or not they're a marketer or not? Now, hold on. Let me preface this, right?
Go
So
ahead.
if they're in business, if they intend to push their value forward, whether it's from the perspective of an entrepreneur or from the perspective of an entrepreneur, like, do you really have a choice as to whether or not you're a marketer, or do you have a choice as to whether or not you're going to consciously market your service?
I love the question. I love the question. So it begs the answer and the revelation that everyone is a marketer.
That's right. So, guys, this is why we say that you're not in the business of the thing, you're in the business of marketing the thing. So that means if you're an employee right now, you're in the business of marketing yourself, marketing your value, just like Sean was saying. If you're in regular business, like business, as an entrepreneur, then you're still in the business of marketing, whatever it is that you sell. And I tell people all the time, who can make a better pizza? Or can you make a better pizza than somebody like a company like Domino's? And everybody says yes. So then I ask the question, well, why is Domino's making more money than you? If you could make a better hamburger or sandwich than McDonald's, why is McDonald's making more money?
Oh man, you bringing up a lot of pain in the morning. I hope you guys got some bagel with that coffee, right? Because we're bringing up a lot of pain. You're gonna need something to kind of soften the blow going down. One of the most painful things on a job is to see someone with less skills, less acumen, less love and passion for the position making 10 times your check and then getting 10 times the attention than
Mhm.
yourself just because they marketed themselves. They made themselves visible. And
Mhm.
you know you can do a better job. You know you're smarter, brighter, faster, more passion for the position, but your impact leaves a lot to be desired if there's any impact at all. So put this on the entrepreneurial space. How many people are eating your food right now? How many people have the kind of clients that you would like, the kind of position that you would like, the kind of income that you would like? Yet you know you would do a better job, more passionate job, more comprehensive job. The only thing is, the clientele base doesn't know that you exist, or they don't see you in the same light, which means you're not positioned the right way, right? So some keys to marketing, and the keys to marketing are branding and positioning. We call it the BPMs: branding, positioning, and marketing. And the same way that the BPMs in the health sector will tell you if a physical human body is still alive, your branding, positioning, and marketing will tell us how your business and future is in concrete reality.
100%. Sean, I actually have an interesting take on that. So I heard this guy say that he went to a conference, right? And he was sitting next to a guy. He was with his wife, and another gentleman stood up, and the guy, he looked disoriented, right? And this guy, he was making like $400,000 a month in his business, and he looked like he didn't know what he was doing. So then the guy said he sat, he looked at his wife, they look at each other, and they're like, if this guy can make $400,000 a month, why can't we do that? I mean, we just something you were saying, we are more passionate, we're not disoriented, we're more level-headed. So why are we not making more money? And that really begs the question, you know, if you're more passionate than somebody, are you really better than them? Because at the end of the day, the results are what matter. That person has a skill. They have a skill, they have a belief, they have a character trait that you
Mhm.
don't have. So the question is, Sean, is the real value on what you can actually do? Is the only value, or is the most valuable thing what you can actually do, or is more value not being placed on other traits like being able to communicate, being able to speak, being able to market? Because people don't think about that stuff. They say, okay, if I'm the best mechanic, if I'm better than this guy, then why am I not? I should, by right, I have a right. I have a right to make more money than him or to make more money than her because I'm better at doing the thing than her.
I love what you're saying, right? And I want to get right to the heart of the matter, and I want to make it as concise and compelling as possible. I put up a post on Facebook last night. Money can't be the objective. Money can't be the objective, or it will never be the outcome. If money is the outcome of an objective, Money is the outcome of your business. A raise on the job is an outcome of phenomenal service. More money in your business is an outcome of phenomenal objectives being met. What is your objective? What is your goal? Because if money is the goal, then you'll never be successful and you'll never get it. Or you'll get it and you won't be successful. You won't feel successful and you'll lose all passion and lose the money anyway. So that's the first thing. Let's get clear on that. The money cannot be the objective or it will never become the outcome. If you want money, but don't set the goal as money. Set the goal as to change something in the world, because that's what's going to make you passionate. That's what's going to make you purposeful. That's what's going to give you prominence and promise in this sector. So you slip, trip, fall over, and accumulate vast amounts of wealth when you have a phenomenal service that you provide. When people's goal is just to get money, then ethics are in question. What do you do to get it? Who might be harmed in the process? You understand? So you can't make money the objective or it will never be the outcome. However, if you conquer, fortify, and domesticate some very serious outcomes that provide a phenomenal service to the sector of the market that you serve, then unbelievable amounts of economy and money will be the outcome. Very simple. Very simple. And I want you to understand it. And we have we have a litany of testimonials and a litany of examples of people who have gone through multiple different programs with us and been able to add zeros to the back of their number, retire themselves and their spouses, move locations, acquire their first homes, change their car, change their tax bracket based on their ability to see correctly and not make the economy the objective, but for providing a phenomenal service, branding themselves and not what they do, marketing themselves, and money became the outcome.
Guys, we are due for a short break. When we come back, more on marketing. Stay tuned.
Let's grow. It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. Yeah, I wanted to come in real quick off that, bro. I wanted to come in real quick off that, right? Listen, not marketing is marketing. Not marketing is marketing. If you're not marketing, then you're marketing. That you don't have something. Something's missing. I want you to think about that, guys. If you're not marketing, it says more about you than marketing does.
That's so interesting. And Sean, can that be said for many other things in business? So I'll give you an example. I heard a guy say that it's not a question of, okay, I'll use branding as an example. It's not a question of if you're branding. It's a question of how much. So it's not a question of either or. It's a question of at what degree. So at what degree are you selling? At what degree are you convinced? At what degree are you marketing? So it's like a more of a continuum as opposed to opposites. Meaning that,
Exactly.
yeah. So can that be said for many other things in business? In fact,
Of
almost everything, I guess.
every single thing. It's never either or, it's always plus and. So if you're not speaking, you're speaking volumes. If you're not closing, you're closing. You're being closed. Like if you're not closing, if you're not selling, then you're selling. But you're selling the fact that you're not selling. And it says volumes about you in this market space and in every market space. When I was on the job, you could tell who was not confident because they were not assertive. Very simple. You could tell who wasn't growing because they weren't growing. And you could tell who wasn't marketing because they weren't marketing, which means they're not moving. Money follows movement. Movement is marketing. If you're not going anywhere, there you are. Build a nest. Get very comfortable. If you don't like your tax bracket, do something about it. If you don't like your neighborhood, do something about it. You might not be able to change the neighborhood, but you could change the neighborhood that you live in. But you can't do that if nobody knows that you exist. And so you absolutely must market. But I want you to understand this too. Not marketing is marketing. It's just like not voting. It's just like not voting. Not voting is voting loudly for the opposing party. You say, oh, I'm not going to vote. Okay, great. Don't vote. But your vote is a vote for the opposite ideal candidate. Understand that? Like if you're not participating, what does that mean? You're voting. If you're not with me, you're against me. There is no middle ground. So watch this. If you are not with your own marketing team, if you're not aligned with, if you're not moving in the direction of your own success, then you're standing in the way of your own success.
That was powerful. Guys, put it in the chat. What do you think about that? What do you think about what Sean just said? Sean, do we have any questions on IG? I know we have some people on Facebook. Shout out
Yes.
to the billion dollar brand community on Facebook. We have YouTube as well. What are your thoughts on that, guys? What are your thoughts on what Sean just said?
It's a harsh
Sean
one. It's a
said,
harsh
yeah,
reality.
yeah. He said if you're not moving forward, then you're standing in the way of your success.
It's
That's
the
that's
same thing. Watch this. So let's say the promise coming, you're 16, and the promise coming, and you're not marketing. If you're not marketing, you're not coming to the dance. You're not going to be present. Not marketing is marketing. You're like, oh, okay, they're not talking to so-and-so. This is their shot. You're giving everybody else their shot. Guys, if you have a job and you're not looking for the promotion, you're promoting everyone else who is promoting themselves. Your inability and your inactivity is activity. It's just the antithesis, the antithesis. It's almost like Bizarro World. It's almost like Bizarro World or the movie Us. Remember the movie Us when there were alternate people who did the opposite thing and were very contentious and confrontative and combative? That's you working against yourself if you're not working avidly for yourself and for your own success. This is why, when we talk about when I was in the job market, how fast I escalated. I escalated so much I exited fast because I was marketing. I was marketing endlessly. I'm not just in college. I say I'm in college. I look like I'm in college. I got all my stuff in front of me. I promise you, if I would have drove to work, I'd have had a Purdue University bumper sticker because I'm growing my skills and I want everyone around me to know it. Because as my skills grow, my value grows. So if my hierarchy or those in a position to promote me do not do that, even though I'm growing my promotion and I'm growing my value and I'm growing my skill set, if they don't do right by me, I'm gone. Quite literally. So I'm letting everyone know, hey guys, I'm taking I'm doing the curriculum, I'm doing the test. You know what I learned last night? I was on a webinar with my school and we learned that, do you understand? I'm coming with value. I'm leading with value. You want to lead with value in every situation. That's how you become promotable.
That's
And
right.
you know what happens? Let me give a little bit more to that, Junior, and everybody else on LinkedIn, Voice, and IG. Let me give a little bit more to that. Marketing is infectious. Write that down, underline it 5 times. Marketing is infectious, which means when I come into an office setting with a superior, even a subordinate, or someone who's laterally on the same wavelength, same pay grade, same seat, same title, perhaps. When I'm speaking with that person, I'm promoting what I've just learned. I'm marketing the value. So what happens when they go into the next meeting? Say, hey, I was just speaking with Shaan. Yeah, Shaan Rais down in finance or down in human resources. And he was telling me that do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to go too deep into the what I would be talking about, but do you understand? As I market, other people begin to market you. As you market yourself, other people begin to market you, and it becomes a marketing avalanche where your name becomes synonymous with the value that you want to provide.
100%. Sean, what is the difference between marketing and positioning?
Positioning does not have to be stated. Positioning does not have to be active. So positioning is just that. It's your position in the marketplace. It's how you position yourself. It's how you articulate your presence. So the way I dress is position. Where I sit on a plane is positioning. When I walk into a hotel room, the room that I'm going to, that's my position. When I'm in the city or at a speaking event, whether I order Uber Black or Uber XL is positioning. That's the position I'm in. That's not going to change. When you hear or read or see the king of branding, that's the positioning. When you look on the website and you see MSN or Yahoo Insider or Amazon, or these are all places where I've done business, Business Insider, Forbes, Entrepreneur Inc. That's the position. Now, the position, when it's strong, the positioning markets itself. Marketing is actively bringing that positioning to the consumer. Marketing is actually taking your positioning, translating your positioning, and advocating your positioning consistently in the marketplace. This is marketing. This is marketing. When you Google me, you'll see my position.
That's so true. And I heard Dan Kennedy say that branding is a byproduct of marketing. Branding is a byproduct of marketing, meaning that you have to market
Go
in
ahead.
order to build a brand. Like if you don't market, like you say, nobody knows about you, you have no brand. Or you do have a brand, but it's to what degree, right? So and positioning could be said to be a byproduct of marketing, just like you were saying. Or do you agree? So what are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with what he says? Do you have a different perspective on it?
I think it's almost like the infinity sign, where there are two independent mutual circles and constructs based on each other, right? Because your marketing is enhanced by the power of your brand. It's easy to market something that looks phenomenal. Like, okay, so it's easy to market Rolls Royce if you're speaking to the right population. Super easy. You feel super confident. It's the greatest car in the world. You can't believe it. We got the new rate that's rolling out this month, da 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 da. If you're marketing a Datsun, it's going to be a lot harder because the brand is a lot less positioned. It's a lot less luxury. It's a lot less efficient. It's a lot less known. The commission is going to be a lot less. So it's going to be a lot harder for you to say, okay, I got to sell one Rolls Royce. Let's say this, I got to sell 4 Rolls Royce on commission to be at $250,000 a year. I got to sell 250,000 Datsuns to be in the same place. So the marketing hurts because the branding is hurt. So when the brand is strong, marketing is easy. Marketing is easy when the brand is strong. And that's why we've been able to do as well as we have organically. And that's why I teach authenticity marketing and the strength of brand positioning.
That's right. Guys, we're actually due for our second break. When we come back, more on marketing. Stay tuned.
I said Shaan Rais. I'm proud. I said Shaan Rais. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire, heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Shaan, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and you know, game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes. The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
Let me just ask this question, guys, for everybody who watched the commercial and actually paid attention. If you are the brand, how many people know it? That's a marketing question.
That's a really good one. Shaan, I want to talk about a concept called the social bank account.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
Of course.
Let's talk about that. Like, number one, let's define what is a social bank account? What are we talking about? And guys, write this down. Write this down. Write down what Shaan is about to say, because I know most people may have not heard about that concept.
The social bank account would be where and how you hold your social capital. It's the number. So the bank account, guys, listen, I love this. The bank account keeps score on your business's success. Okay, so business is the game that we play. The bank account keeps score. Social media, social networking, social relationships, social marketing is the relationship game that we play. And your positioning, your ability to advance yourself to the degree that you have a number to call and someone willing to take your call when you need anything at all is your social bank account. And it will tell the score.
Nice. Now, let's explore the relationship between branding and the social bank account. And let me give you some more context, right? What I've found, just from my experience, let's say we're building a brand on social media, right?
Okay.
I see social capital as, let's say, goodwill in the market. Your ability to add value to people's lives. So let's say you're posting content every single day. You're posting, you're adding value, you're addressing pain points, you're giving good advice, you're putting out blogs, etc., etc., and you're not really asking for anything in return. I see that as you building your social bank account and also as building your brand. The difference between branding and marketing in that context, in my opinion, is you doing the same post but having a call to action at the end where you're saying, hey guys, click this or click that. Every time you ask for something, when you ask for something,
It's a deposit.
people have to yeah, people have to you have to withdraw it. People have to withdraw from the social bank account to give it to you. So you find that people that ask for the most, yeah, you could make some money in the short term, but in the long term, you could end up stalling the growth of your brand because people will say, well, okay, now he's asking me for something else. Or now he wants us to do this. Now he wants us to click that. And that's why a lot of people they post, hey guys, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. If you've ever been in those groups, those I'm not gonna name the kind of group, but everybody knows. You get in a group, as soon as you jump in, somebody's in your DM, buy this, buy that, buy this, let me help you do this, and they're asking. If you haven't developed the social capital, or if they haven't developed the social capital, it's virtually impossible to ask anybody to do anything. What are your thoughts on that?
The question of value, man. And I love the connotation. I love the arrangement. I love the positioning of the concept because you have to add value. That's why we don't just say value for value's sake. You must add value. In an organization, you become promotable socially and otherwise when you become what I call the OVO, the only viable option. Every time you set foot in any circumstance, you add massive value consistently. And you're always giving. You become an encyclopedia. This is what we're doing now. We do this every single day. There is no fee assigned to the $1 billion breakfast with the brand. We just give, and give consistently. Now, if you choose, if this is helpful, and then you say, oh, wow, okay, so every morning he's giving us this, and this, but I'm trying to get here, and I'm trying to get there tomorrow, then you know what to do. You reach out. You reach out to us, and that's positioning. The roles switch. So in your job, you want to become your boss's most valuable player. And you want to give so much value that they get promoted. And then when they have a question that they can't answer, you know who they're going to come find? You know who they're going to promote with them? You know who they're going to take? You know who's going to become the most valuable asset in their new position? You are. And they're going to have to bring you with them because you become the key to someone's success. But if you're not adding value, then you're the destructive point of your own success. You're saying to yourself, and this is the wrong concept. Most people are saying, I'll do this when. I'll give more value when they hire me. I'll be more contributable. I'll be more of a contribution-based organization when they give me more money. That's not the way it works. You'll become more of a profitable organization when you become more socially valuable. But people are saying, oh, well, what if I give them everything? If you're worried about giving them everything, you have nothing. You need to give that stuff away to make room for more. Sometimes people aren't growing because they got so much old stuff that they're not using. They don't need more. There's no room for more. When you give value, you immediately exhaust a level of resources which implores and desires and demands that you acquire more value.
That was put beautifully, Sean. Absolutely beautifully. Guys, what are your thoughts? Put it in the comments. What are your thoughts?
I got to say a word. I got to say a word, and it's an interesting word in this context, but it's constipated. You full of it, like you constipated. You got to give value so you can get some more. You can't eat. You so full. There's no room for no money in your life because you full of the stuff you've been holding on to, and you scared to give it away. It's not a sense or a life of abundance. It's a sense in a serious case of lack, and lack leads to lackadaisical.
Guys, write that down. Lack leads to lackadaisical.
That's why you're seen as a clown or prideful, so prideful. You know that person on the job, guys. That person on the job that never adds value and always got the stink face. They're in a meeting and they're just mad. They can't wait to leave. They can't sit still. They're not contributing. They're just contemptuous. It's almost like they're constipated, like their stomach hurts. In the marketplace, if you're not adding value, then you're just a consumer. You're an eater. You're a feeder. You want to become a contributor. You want to become a philanthropist of value. So at some point you can become a philanthropist in an economic sense. You have to become philanthropic to be enhanced economically. Most people want to get the money first and add the value later. That'll never happen.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that, guys. Money first, value later. Nah.
Value.
Nah. It shouldn't work that way. Shouldn't work that way. And what I've found, Sean, is the people that give the most, they usually have the most to give. And you know something? You said something the other day. You said it was some crazy you put it in such an eloquent way when you said something about rich people are rich because they give the most, not because they have the most to give. You said something like that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'll unpack it. No problem at all. So most people think that rich people give the most because they have the most to give. That's not the case. The real case is that rich people are rich and have the most to give because they give the most. Most people would say, oh, well, I'm not giving, you're sitting in a religious setting or a contributable setting or a philanthropic setting and you're holding on to your pockets like, I don't have any money to give. I'm not giving anything. And you see somebody else pouring their pockets out into the bucket or into the trove or, raising their hand and saying, I'll give $25,000. And you're saying to yourself, and someone says, wow, they gave $25,000. And you say something snarky like, oh, well, they just got it to give. It doesn't impact them. It doesn't hurt them at all. That's why they give so much. That's not the case. The reason why they have it to give is because they're going to give it. They're going to give it. So the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you believe in, gives them more so that they can be of more value. Will works through men. Will works through women. Will works. God, life gives to the giver. Value comes to the giver. You're wondering why you don't know what to do. It's because you don't know what to do with what you got. You don't deserve more. Serve, 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 and you'll get what you deserve. Give, 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 and you'll have a phenomenal life to live. If not, your life will be hard. And you'll wonder why nothing works for you. But it's because you don't work for nothing. That's marketing. That's marketing. It defines you. It defines you. Not saying something or not being of value says more about you than trying to give value ever could. People say, well, I'm not ready to give value because I don't know anything. I'm not really I'm not Sean. I don't have 2 master's degrees. You never will. You never will. Because I guarantee you this, Junior, if I wasn't a giver, if I wasn't contributing, if I wasn't active in the marketplace, if I wasn't constantly pouring forth everything I learned, then why would I need to learn more? Why would I need to learn more? I need to learn more, and I'm constantly in college and constantly taking more and more learning so that I can give more and more value. And if this is not your situation, if all you want to do is win, if all you want to do is make money, if all you want to do is be successful, then you get comfortable. Look around yourself, look at the car you drive, look at the tax bracket you're in, look at your little house, because you're not going anywhere. No one gives money just to give money. So this is for my people who want a promotion. This is for my people who want clients. This is for my people who want to grow themselves. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. You have to be of value and you have to give people what they're looking for. And then they will add unto you. It's just that simple, and it doesn't work any other way. You see, when I speak, people either love what I'm saying or they hate what I'm saying. They love it because it aligns with their morals, values, and principles, and it makes conventional wisdom sense to them. The people who hate what I'm saying don't align with it because they don't want to contribute. They don't want to give. They don't want to take their phone and go live. They don't want to help people. They just want people to help them.
On that note, guys, we're gonna go to our last break. Stay tuned. When we come back, more on marketing.
Business is like a game of chess. It's not checkers. If you don't know how to lead with a personal brand, then you're losing the battle.
Everything about Shaan's talk was fantastic. I mean, I got so much from it.
So he was really bringing fire and passion and just love and spirit to let everybody else know how do you become a leader amongst the leaders.
You hold the key in your hand. There is more power in this phone than there was that took the first man to the moon.
His energy, his dynamic information, gave a really great presentation.
I didn't ask for any money. I didn't have an offer. I had a heart to help people and meet them where they were at and find their need and fulfill it.
Shaan is the bomb.
I don't talk theory, I don't talk hyperbole, I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Shaan Rais. He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle.
All right. Let's get to it, guys. If you want to grow your economy, you want to grow your positioning, you want to grow your money, right? You got to grow your contribution. You got to grow your contribution. Listen, this is so beautiful, right? Because it is agreeable across ages. So I'm going to give you something that's principle-based, universal principle-based, that is agreeable across ages. And that is charity. That is charity. I don't care what religious denomination you have subscribed to. It makes absolutely no difference what your belief is. Absolutely no difference what your nationality is, where you come from, what country you were raised in, or what belief system and culture you come from. Contribution, charity is espoused strongly for the pious, for those who would like to be morally unencumbered, right? Charity and giving and contribution is espoused from Islam to Christianity to Judaism to Buddhism to any denomination, any belief system all across the country. And it's also the key to success. So if you want to make more, give more. If you want to earn more, serve more. If you want to play more and get paid more, say more. You absolutely must market. Watch this. When you give, it doesn't make the difference the hand that you give to. When you give, you're sending a signal. You're marketing to more than the people that you serve. You're marketing to the universe that you desire to be of value.
Oh yeah, definitely, guys. Sean, let's put up the link for the Leadership Live deep dive at 5. Guys, this is another way in which we are delivering value to you, 100% free of charge. If you want to learn more about how you could take your brand to the next level, www.livedeepdive.com. That's www.livedeepdive.com. The only ask is that you pass it on to somebody else. The only investment is your time.
That's it.
www.livedeepdive.com.
On
All right.
LinkedIn, I don't know if you heard him like loud enough, but that is livedeepdive.com. You can register there for the free call where we also add more value. People wonder why we came up during the beginning of the pandemic more than anyone else, and where did we come from and how did we rise so fast? And the way that we rose so fast is because we gave so much more. We gave, we gave, we gave, we gave. We poured our hearts out on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I was so active in giving and not with an ask. Like I said in the video that you saw, I didn't have an ask. My ask came from service. My business came from service. The people that I served told me what they needed, what they wanted, and what they were willing to pay for. And that's a transformational takeaway for you guys in business, as an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur. What I have taught, what I have learned, I have taught. All I teach is all I learn. So it's not hyperbole or opinion based. It's all evidence based and it's all experiential based as well. It's not theoretical education. It's lived experience. And my experience is based in results. If it doesn't give me results, I don't talk about it because I'm not going to give you something that's an opinion or a hypothesis. I remain outside of the hypothetical state. And all I do is not theoretical, but it's touch, feeling, like it's kinesthetic. It's a reality, and it's not a conceptual reality. It's a contextual reality. It's a bank account reality. It's a business reality. It's a freedom reality. It is truth beyond the scope of what truth normally is, right? So we gave so much. That social bank account that Junior was talking about, we built that up for eons. And if you question it at all, Google me and you'll see the social capital. Go to YouTube and put in Shaan Rais and you'll see the volumes, the textbooks of social capital. Come to Facebook and try to scroll all the way back and find out when I was born. You know how they say born on? Like do the scroll. Let your fingers do the walking. Let your mind do the talking, because you're going to see something, and it's going to show you. If you want the correlational success, you got to do the correlational work.
Definitely, guys. I want to read what Yvette just said. So Yvette says, listening through Bluetooth in my car, I need this amplified. It's need to hear training. It's a need to hear training. Shout out to Yvette. Shade, we have Shade taking notes. Coach B is in the building. Coach B says, good morning to all. Phenomenal morning to Coach B. All right, Sean. So we're about to wrap up in a few minutes. Any any words, any advice? So for the people who are just getting started when it comes to branding, when it comes to marketing, let's say they're in a place where they're literally starting with no resources. Let's imagine you're on a private island or a remote island somewhere somewhere around the world on a remote island with people, of course. There's people there. You have no resources. You have an idea. You have a vision. What advice would you give to somebody who needs to start branding and marketing?
Find someone who's winning and champion their cause. Become an intern. Become the spokesperson and the speaker for someone else. Tony Robbins did this with Jim Rohn. Les Brown did this with the Nightingale Conant Company. Bob Proctor did this with the Nightingale Conant Company. I did this with Eric Thomas. If your value, if your wheel well, if you don't have the capacity that you need to have, and you think that you don't understand the systems and you don't know the systems and all of it is vague to you and it's cloudy, then you want to find a person that's crushing it and become of service to them. Become of value to them. That this is what Tony Robbins did with Jim Rohn. He first learned from him, then he became a spokesman, then he became his best salesman, and then he sprung out on his own because he learned the inner workings of the system. This stuff is not learned in a vacuum. You need someone to help you learn this. I don't care if it's me. Shaan Rais is not everybody's cup of tea. I'm way too critical and crucial for most. But find someone who is your speed, who you like and can learn from, and find a way to be of value to them. They don't have to like you. They don't have to know you. Serve them and they will learn you. Serve them and they will discover you. Become an affiliate. Become an affiliate and sell more pieces than anyone else. After those checks continue to come, a person's going to say, hold on, who is this Yvette person? Who is this Shade? What is this? Where do these checks keep coming from? I need to know that person because they're making my sales team look crazy. Send a call, send an email. Where do they live? California? Get me a ticket. I'm going there now. If that's not happening in your life, it's because you're not being of value. Most times, well, you're either or, not plus and. The only place where either or and not plus and exists is in the selfish or the selfless. You're either selfish and you're not helping anyone else because you're thinking about me. What can I get out of it? Or you're selfless. And I promise you, selfless is the route to success. Give. Serve. Over deliver. Don't worry about what you're going to get in return. Don't count the balance. Don't look at the bank account. Stop looking at the bank account. Look at the heart account. Look at the peace account. You'll know if you're serving because you'll feel better. You'll know if you're serving and you're content with service for service's sake and not for recompense's sake because you'll sleep well. You have one of two things in this life. One of two things. You have abundance or you have anxiety.
On that note, guys, this has been a phenomenal show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow we'll be back at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be discussing sales. This has been Breakfast with the Brand, the #1 podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry-leading brand. Let's grow.